Hi, I'm Bridget from Bridget's Astrology, and welcome to my week ahead report for the week of the 20th to the 26th of November, 2023. And oh, wow, we've got some interesting changes this week with Sun goes from Scorpio into Sagittarius. So does Mars following close behind or the next day. So, yeah, definitely changing in the astro weather this week. So let's just get straight into it. Okay. So Monday. So Monday we start. We've just today, actually, I'm recording on Saturday. We've just had the Mars Sun cazimi. That just means when Mars is in exact alignment with the Sun in Scorpio, which Mars rules. So we have this start of a new cycle. So it's sort of like a Mars new moon, which is a 2-year cycle that's going to go through to February 2025. And so we have this drive and determination that has started for this new cycle. So I love this. Just in general, there's a lot of power in the air right now. Okay, so having a look at Monday. So now we start off. So I always set my charts for 9 a.m. because I do dailies. All right, so we start off with the moon in Aquarius, right in the middle there of Hygeia and Saturn. So, our health and well-being and what we need to do for our future well-being is definitely something that we're emotionally connecting with. And the moon growing up to that Saturn gives us the discipline and the understanding to know that these good health practices are going to take us forward into the future in good stead. All right, so it's also a great day. We've got this Venus coming up to oppose Chiron, so there's a lot of understanding where breaking old patterns of behavior are coming into it. The moon is also square to Uranus. So there might be some sort of challenge, or you might have some sort of restriction in your mind, but again, that growing conjunction to Saturn gives you the discipline and determination to just do the thing, change the habit, create the new path forward that you want to go down. So, a very determined day. So acting with your best interests at heart will help you use this energy wisely. All right, so let's just move on to Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday, the moon moves into Pisces at 1:30 a.m. So we wake up and the moon is on the other side of Saturn. But that's okay. We still have that, Saturn in Pisces is giving us the ability to restructure our subconscious beliefs about ourselves. There's a lot of wisdom and learning and spirituality in Pisces, and Saturn is just giving us both the determination to start creating and making real the dreams that we have had for however long, but also allowing us to challenge our subconscious narrative, especially where addictions and old patterns of behavior come in, old stories that we've been told that we may have, built our life upon. But, now is a great time to sort of feel into that and challenge the narrative. All right. So in the words I wrote, it's a great day to move beyond something that once would have held you back. All right. And another one for that one is at 1:30 p.m., we have this Mercury trine Chiron. All right. So Mercury in Sagittarius allows us to think about the philosophy, the big picture. It's about knowledge and understanding. Still wants to have some fun, but it understands what the previous wounds were to our person and our individual. And there's also this the sun sextile Pluto. That is so very powerful. That one happens at 8 a.m. So we open the day with that. And that is also allowing us to express ourselves honestly. All right. So, this could be us getting real with ourselves as well. For Monday, it was all about, good health practices for our own well-being. Or, Tuesday might be a good hard dose of reality where we need to face the facts and the truth of the matter and gain some clarity about what it is we actually need to do to heal. So I love this for Tuesday as well. All right, so let's have a look at Wednesday. going pretty quickly today. All right, so today we have, the Mars sextile Pluto going exact today. That's at 11:30 a.m. So another one, all right, not only do we have the sun at the 29th degree of Scorpio, so it's the culmination of all of the previous lessons of the last month of Scorpio. We've gone pretty deep. Mars, the ruling planet of Scorpio, has been hanging out with the sun. We've had some intense experiences. Our thoughts have been quite driven. There's a lot of determination there. What are the lessons that you've learned? What did you see in the last month that has given you some, Scorpio is going and exploring those things that we have hidden, so what have you realized? What have you come to terms with? And, like I said about what Tuesday, be honest with yourself. What are the facts? What are the things that you try to hide from yourself, which is, stupid because it's always going to be there, and skeletons in closets rattle their bones loudly until they're acknowledged. So a great day where we can we can move forward in the world. In the words, I wrote to be flexible, because who knows where you're going to go, where you're going to go if you go against the flow. It might just be like going down the rapids without a flotation device, so just go with it and be gentle. And well, actually, all that Mars energy, maybe go do some boxing to get the energy out as best you can. All right, now we also have the moon coming up to conjunct Neptune, which is at 6:30 p.m. So, looking at that in a couple of different ways, there could be some hidden aspects that are finally exposed. All right, so this 29th degree of Scorpio. So yeah, some hidden aspects that might be exposed. Maybe you can connect in with some sort of spiritual reality. You know, uh, on a sort of less than positive note, it could be that the intensity of the moment has you seeking to escape your reality. So just a heads up for Wednesday to, like I said, remain flexible, go with the flow, and get help when you need. Okay, so there you go. So that is for Wednesday. All right, Thursday. All right, the sun has just moved into Sagittarius. That moves in at 1 o'clock a.m. And then at 4:20 a.m., the moon moves into Aries. All right, so now we have, rather than the sun and the moon being ruled by water or in water signs, we now have the sun and the moon in fire signs. So instantly that is just going to ramp up the energy. So we're either going to have the fires of inspiration, or are you watching your world burn in front of you? Now, just like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, just like Sagittarius follows Scorpio, we get some inspiration to just go do the things. Aries moon is very, very impulsive, and Sagittarius is very frivolous and wants to have some fun. So, just see how you feel, and put your best face forward and just go do the things. All right. You just feel that excitement. We also have Mercury in Sag sextile Hygieia. So if the inspiration is what you feel like you need to go do for yourself, and you understand what is going to free up your restrictions, so that you do have that sense of wellness and you can breathe a little bit easier. Maybe coming out of the water is going to sort of just give you back some, that feels better, depending on what sign you are. Obviously it's going to work a whole lot of different ways, but that intention emotional experience that we've had for the longest time is starting to just pass us by. Okay, so let us go through till Friday. All right, so Friday, now we have Mars at the 29th degree. Definitely a day where you want to get the energy, the excess energy out as best you can. All right. So, my preference is always, physical exertion. Go do 10 squats. Try to do push-ups, go do something like that. There's also alternatively rage rooms, which I totally 100% tell you go do. I did have a friend go buy some cheap crockery from Vinnie's and a baseball bat and go and do it in the safety of, an environment where she can just express that rage. But, it's going to look like a whole different lot of things for a lot of different people. All right, so Mars also at 29 degrees is like, I've got to go do the thing. He's been very strategic while Mars has been in Scorpio. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what pieces need to be put into place. But that square to Saturn in Pisces might just have him chomping at the bit. All right, so I wrote in the words, does it feel like you're trying to push forward with the brakes on? All right, stop and check in with yourself. Have a look to see that you're not just repeating an old pattern of behavior. A lot of what we're going through right now, especially with this Chiron moon north node, is about us healing the past. All right, so acknowledging that we have done something a certain way because of something that has happened in the past, yet we're not going to do that now because we're moving forward. And the moon coming up to conjunct the north node, which is going to be at 9:30 p.m., allows us to exactly do that. So check in with yourself. If you feel like, things aren't moving forward easily, have a look and see if you've missed something. Is it a detail that is important that needs to be attended to? Or is it that you are repeating an old pattern of behavior that the universe is like, hey, come on, you got this, you're doing better. All right. So another one for today being Friday is that Mars moves into Sagittarius. All right. So now that is going to, like I said, at 9:15 p.m. So Mars is moving into a place now where expression is much more important. He was all dark and broody in Scorpio, but now he's like, cool, let's go grab a football and go on an adventure and, have some fun. And so a much nicer place. There's Mars. Mars is fine in Sagittarius. Again, the sign of the sportsman and adventurer. So, go for a bushwalk, go exert that energy as best you can outdoors. All right, so let's go through to Saturday. Okay, so Saturday we have the moon moving into Taurus at 7:30 a.m. All right, so, and if you have a look there, we've got that Chiron North Node. Now the moon in Taurus, which is sextile to Saturn. So that is great. That gives us the ability to, maybe carefully consider, it is Taurus, what it is that we can start doing to move towards these plans that we have. Venus is in a beautiful trine to Hygieia. How can we set these plans with our, maybe with a plan of action that includes rest and recovery and, meditation, good food, exercise, things that are going to support us in these drives and desires that we have. Okay. So, any irritation that we may have in the morning because of that Mars-Saturn square, the Taurus moon is going to give us some patience, and that discipline of Saturn is going to give us some let's just calm down and think about it a bit. And as the moon grows towards Jupiter during the day, I think it's all just going to click into place. So there's a lot more understanding about where we're at. I mean, the sun and Mars are now being ruled by Jupiter. Okay, so we need to be steadfast and sensible and, have our values intact, make sure we're thinking about things. Does it feel good? Am I comfortable? Is it financially viable? Let's not rush into these big ideas. We are trying to build our dreams. Let's just not rush in half-cocked, though. Let's be sensible and strategic about it. Okay, now let's have a look at Sunday. All right, so Sunday. Now, patience is required. Okay, so we do have the moon in Taurus moving towards Uranus. So we could have to really sort of connect into our inner pillar of strength. All right, that that Saturn in Pisces. Have a look at this subconscious, the moon in Taurus. Let's have a look at what we value. All right, and that inner pillar of strength can give us the assistance that we need to just take a breath. You know, and also, you know, also let's understand that any obstacles that are put in our way could just be bonus lessons. You know, Sagittarius, it's all about, you know, understanding abundance, spirituality, the universe, philosophy. All right. So we could, you know, if there are those Mars square Saturn challenges, just look at it as an opportunity for growth. So overall, I love this week. I love that the sun, I'll stop my share. I love that the sun is now in Sag. We can have some fun again and adventure and yeah, things, you know, all the depths that we went through during that whole Scorpio month with Mars so very active. And there was all those Uranian oppositions too, that we had the Sun, Mars, Mercury, Uranus opposition. So there was all these changes in our paths, you know, maybe shocking and unexpected events. And things that, you know, Uranus is like, no, you're on the wrong track. Quick, stage left. Let's go that way now. So maybe, you know, all of the things that we've experienced will be like, oh, I get it. I get it. The jigsaw pieces are falling into place. So if you would like a personal reading to maybe help you navigate this change of pace, or you know, anything like that, you know, I've got a couple of different ranges of readings. I also am going to open up for my new coaching group. I'm just completing, well, you know, halfway through my second coaching group. And man, we are getting some amazing results through support, like-minded people, and the astrological guidance to know that when you're having an experience, if you can see it in your chart, it's just like, oh, I get it. Okay, I'm meant to be working on this. I'm exactly where I should be. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, just pop me a message. You can go to bridgetsastrology.com.au, send me a link, send me a message, or even come and join me at Lifetime to Level Up in Facebook, where I offer daily guidance to my amazing group of people. And I would love you to come and join. So thank you so much if you're still watching this, and I hope you have a great week ahead. Mwah.